What's up, you guys, and welcome to another episode of The Variety Views. I'm your host, The Variety Vendor, and here's another Fanscription idea that I really enjoyed as well. If you haven't checked it out, check out my response of Fanscription of what if Harley Quinn was in The Dark Knight, and this is going to be what if Harley Quinn was in Batman '89. Now, Batman '89 is one of my favorite comic book movies. Not just one of my favorite Batman movies, and it is so great because it embraces a lot of the comic bookiness, which is why I love it so much, and it's so great, as a Batman story. So hopefully, this idea that I got would improve it a little bit. So here's my idea, okay? And Brad Walker, who I absolutely adore as part of Channel Awesome, his idea was great. I loved it. I loved the idea of bringing in Harley Quinn as a psychiatrist to to Jack Napier. That is great. I like the dynamic. So this would be a little bit different. And I like the idea that he didn't go for the low-hanging fruit of switching out Bob or, making Alicia making her Harley Quinn. So here's my idea. Movie starts out like normal, and end of Act 1, this is where the Joker shows up, right? This is where Joker shows up for the first time, and he kills Carl Grissom. Now, my idea would be that Carl Grissom is having a mob meeting. He's out there having lunch in a restaurant, and he's got Alicia on his side, and Joker barges in with his own henchmen, and pretty much he pretty much offers, hey, if you either join me or you're done, or you're dead, basically, and kills Carl Grissom. And he goes over to Alicia, and he's like, Alicia, Alicia, Alicia. And he finds out that, she's the one that has been telling Carl Grissom about Joker's plan, about, Jack Napier's plans of taking over the whole crime syndicate. And he, as he's about to kill her, she's shielding a kid, and the kid is so afraid, and she's like, mommy, and he's like, who is she? And Alicia says, that's your daughter. He's taken a step back, but he then kills her. He kills her and takes away the kid. And Alicia falls, and she's still having eye contact to the kid as the kid is taken away. Kid is crying, and she's been taken away. We go to Act 2, right? And it's the art gallery scene with Joker. Now, this entire time, whenever Joker is going out and committing crime, the kid is right there with him, and the kid is reluctantly joining into the chaos, and she's slowly starting to enjoy, inflicting carnage into the city. So there's the art gallery scene, and Batman comes in. He fights off all the goons. Joker is able to escape, and he barely is about to escape, and Batman is like hot on his trails, and Joker leaves his kid behind, and the kid is like, no, daddy, and Joker goes off. So it kind of mirrors the end of Act 1 of the kid having one of her parents being taken away. And Batman takes Harley back to his Batcave, and he sees her, like, she's all bandaged up. She's wearing a clown mask. she's all bandaged up, and he puts her to sleep in the car. I'm guessing like there's some sort of like sleeping gas in the car, and he puts on his gas mask. The kid falls asleep in the car, and he drives her to so that she doesn't know where the Batcave is at. Takes her to the Batcave, and as he's removing the bandages of her face, and Alfred is right there, he drops a tray, and you see Batman rip off his mask, and he's in shock of what he just saw, and he's like, "What?" And it cuts to Joker, and he's like, "A work of art." And that's I think it plays into Joker not caring of how far he goes to create art, even if it is at the expense of a 12-year-old kid. And later on, we see her face for the first time, and it's very much similar to Joker's face. So at Act 3, this is when Joker hacks into the airwaves, and rather than have Joker say like that Batman should take off his mask, I think it would be much more interesting for him to say, "I want my kid back," but he wouldn't say my kid; he would say my pet. So it just shows like how beneath him everyone in the world is. Like there's nobody that is close to him, and how secluded he really is, and he just sees that kid as a pet, just a form of entertainment for him. And I think it also plays into the final 15-20 minutes of the movie, when Batman is on the because I would have like there would be a part where there's a fight scene going on and everything. The kid is able to leave Bruce's cave, and hot wires one of his cars, and drives off into the city. And this is where the kid reunites with the Joker while Batman is fighting off goons, and taking the balloons, all the balloons. And I think there would be a very poignant moment where that moment where Batman refuses to kill Joker. He had his aim set on Joker, but instead of being able, instead of missing the shot, I think it would play into it with Joker holding up his kid right in front of Batman. And this is where Batman gets the flashback that Joker was the one that killed his parents, and like his entire life is flashing before his eyes before he crashes. And Joker takes the kid up to the bell tower, and you do the same stuff with Batman that happened in that movie, and by the end, Batman and Joker are holding on to to ropes. Batman has his his back claw grabbed into one of the gargoyles. Joker's on the other side holding on to another gargoyle, and so now Harley is the decisive is the deciding factor of their fates. And she ends up taking out a knife and cutting Joker's rope, and Joker falls to his doom. And this would kind of symbolize Harley cutting the umbilical cord, from her, and cutting ties from the Joker, and releasing herself. Batman gets back up, and Harley is in tears, and Batman holds her close, and he hugs her as it fades to black, and then we get like the triumphant moment of like the signal in the sky and everything, and the kid is being taken away by Alfred, and pretty much Alfred says, gives her a type of motivational speech. I'm pretty sure Michael Gaw can really hammer in home that she's not alone. She will always have a family, and I think him taking her in as part of the family, and I think it can play into Batman Returns, where now it's kind of like, it's kind of like, it's kind of like with Michael Keaton's earlier movies, like Mr. Mom, where he's dealing with this kid in Batman Returns. He's dealing with this kid while at the same time trying to focus on on being a superhero, while at the same time being the playboy bachelor or whatever. He's juggling all these things at the same time. Now, where does Vicky Vale, where does she fit in all this? I think it's simple. With Vicky Vale, I think you can have her a part of Bruce's life in the beginning of the movie, but he just, because of Harley coming into his life, he distanced himself from Vicky because he's got so much going on. And, that would be the catalyst for Vicky and Bruce breaking up, and Bruce going off in Batman Returns and falling in love with Catwoman, where Catwoman feels the same way, where she's juggling a lot of things at the same time. So I think it works out for everybody, for all the characters, and I think everybody shines. So that is it. That is my idea of where Harley Quinn would fit in Batman '89. And you don't need, like you can call her Harley Quinn, and Joker can coin that term, coin that nickname for her. But I wouldn't have her be really Harley Quinn, because remember, this is '89. This is not 1992, where Harley Quinn debuted in the animated series. So she would have like I'm pretty sure Tim Burton would have a field day coming up with concept arts for Harley Quinn, of what she would look like, of her outfit and everything. So that is fine. I'll keep it in the hands of Tim Burton, but mostly I would have her resemble the Joker. There would be a lot of resemblance between her and the Joker. And that is it. That is my idea. Let me know in the comment section below of what you thought about this, and like always, comment, and subscribe. Ding that bell icon to be notified on future episodes on the Variety Vendor channel, and check out my next video. Be talking about something else. Take care.